Hey, it's Clay from My Virtual Sales and Ugly Roof. It's always best to work with industry-trained professionals when you're trying to learn a profession like sales. But I know that some of you are going to try to use ChatGPT. I've used it myself, so what I'm curious to know is how ChatGPT handles maybe the most basic objection out there, which is we need to think about it or we're waiting on 3 other bids. So let's first of all give Chat the objection and then see how it responds. What should I do if a customer tells me that they need to think about it after I've given them the price?
When a customer says, I need to think about it, it's often a stall rather than a true intent to deliberate. You need to surface the actual objection. Ask a direct but open question, such as, what specifically do you need to think about? Price, timing, or something else? This forces clarity. If they remain vague, you can ask, on a scale from 1 to 10, how confident are you about the value we've discussed? If the number is low, ask what would need to change to move it higher. This converts the vague think about it into a tangible concern you can address.
Okay, so it got part of the answer right, and that is that I need to think about it is normally a stall rather than true intent. And it's just something helpful for you to remember that if you hear a time objection after you've given the price, then it's actually going to be a price objection. It's a way to get you out of the house because the price was higher than they wanted to pay. So while it got that part of it right, here's where it got it wrong. What specifically do you need to think about? Price, timing, or something else? Well, now that you've given your homeowner 2 other options outside of price, they're going to say, oh, the timing's not right, or, well, we need to get our son involved. You've given them ways to get out of the actual objection. You never want to do that. So if I'm going to work off of Chat's thing here, I'm going to say something maybe like, hey, I understand how you feel. I've talked with other people who felt the same way, but what we found is it typically just comes down to the price. So let me ask you a quick question. When I showed you that price a second ago, you seemed a little set back by it. Was it the price or the payment that set you back? Rather than giving the homeowner any objection they want to imagine, they can only come up with 2 answers, price or payment. And that's where I want to be going into a negotiation. So, should you listen to ChatGPT? Maybe not. If you want professional coaching, reach out to MyVirtualSales. We can be found at MyVirtualSales.pro or on Facebook. Have a fantastic day.